Ambassador Kelthix had conducted first contact protocols with 47 species across 3 centuries. None had prepared him for this moment. The Confederation's diplomatic vessel, Harmony's voice, hung in neutral space, its elegant luminescent hull pulsing with welcoming patterns. Standard procedure for first contact. Approach slowly, broadcast peaceful intent, establish communication, begin cultural exchange. Then humanity arrived. The thing that emerged from the hyperspace lane wasn't a ship. It was a declaration of war wrapped in steel and spite. The UNSC Ragnarok measured 3 kilometers long, bristling with enough weapons to sterilize a small moon. Where Confederation vessels curved gracefully, the human Dreadnought was all hard angles and brutal efficiency. Missile pods clustered like tumors along its hull. Railgun batteries protruded like fangs. And at its bow, something that made Kelthix's 3 hearts skip simultaneously, a spinal-mounted mass accelerator that could only have one purpose. By the ancestors, whispered First Officer Venom. They brought a warship to a peace negotiation. Captain Mitchell Hayes stood on the Ragnarok's bridge, reviewing the alien vessel on his tactical display. Small, unarmed, basically a yacht with a bigger antenna. "Sir, they're hailing," Communications Officer Rodriguez reported. "Audio and visual established." "They seem nervous." Hayes nodded. "Put them through." Ambassador Kelthix's image appeared, his 4 eyes wide with barely concealed terror. "Greetings, human vessel. I am Ambassador Kelthix of the Galactic Confederation. We come in peace to establish diplomatic relations with your species. May I ask why you brought a warship?" Hayes frowned. "This is our diplomatic vessel." Silence. Kelthix's translator struggled with the statement, running it through. "I apologize, there must be a translation error," Kelthix said carefully. "You said this is your diplomatic vessel?" "Affirmative. The Ragnarok is our designated first contact ship. Is there a problem?" Kelthix looked at something off-screen, presumably conferring with his crew. When he turned back, his voice had climbed an octave. "Ambassador Hayes, your ship masses more than our entire diplomatic fleet. Your weapons systems appear capable of planetary bombardment. You have enough kinetic ammunition visible on your exterior hull to wage a decade-long war. This is not a diplomatic vessel. This is a mobile genocide platform." "Well, yeah," Hayes admitted, "but it's also got really good communication arrays and a conference room. We figured first contact was important, so we sent our best ship." "Your best ship is a Dreadnought." "Look, Ambassador," Hayes leaned forward, "humanity learned some hard lessons in space. First lesson, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Second lesson, if you're going into the unknown, bring enough gun. We don't know you. We don't know if you're friendly or if this is a trap. So yeah, we brought the Ragnarok." Kelthix's diplomatic composure was cracking. "But the message you're sending, you're telling the galaxy that humanity's first instinct is overwhelming military force. Is that not standard?" Hayes asked genuinely. "You guys don't do this." "No, we send unarmed diplomatic vessels. We demonstrate trust and peaceful intent. That seems risky. It's called civilization," Kelthix nearly shouted, his translator adding stress indicators. Behind him, tactical displays lit up. 12 more signatures emerged from hyperspace. Human ships, all military, forming a protective perimeter around the Ragnarok. "What are those?" Kelthix demanded. "Oh, that's our escort fleet," Hayes said casually. "Standard protocol. Couldn't say. We prefer adequate security measures." Kelthix stared at the human captain, understanding crystallizing. This wasn't aggression. This was worse. This was humanity's genuine, honest attempt at diplomacy, and they'd done it by sending enough firepower to conquer a solar system. "Captain Hayes," Kelthix said slowly, "I need you to understand something. In Confederation space, bringing warships to peaceful negotiations is considered an act of war. Species have fought decade-long conflicts over lesser provocations. Hayes considered this. So we should have brought more ships? To show we're serious about peace. No, less ships, fewer weapons, peaceful appearance. But then we'd be vulnerable. That's the point. Vulnerability demonstrates trust. Hayes looked genuinely confused. Why would we do that? We don't know you. The negotiation collapsed within the hour. Not because of hostility, but because humanity and the Confederation had fundamentally incompatible definitions of peaceful first contact. The Confederation saw humanity's military presence as threatening. Humanity saw the Confederation's lack of weapons as naive. As the Ragnarok prepared to jump back to human space, Hayes filed his report. First contact established. Aliens seem nice, but tactically insane. They show up unarmed to unknown situations. Recommend proceeding with extreme caution. Meanwhile, Celthix filed his own report. First contact with humanity achieved. Species appears diplomatically incompetent, but militarily terrifying. They interpret peaceful negotiations as bring overwhelming force, just in case. Recommend the Confederation give them whatever they want and pray they stay friendly. Humanity's reputation was sealed before the first treaty.